I mean, you would think that everyone would do it, but most people aren't interested in working that hard all the time.
I wouldn't take you here if I didn't think you could do it.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Caesar, back again with another episode of the Thousand Ways podcast. Thousand ways to say the same thing. Gotta plug that in there. Today I'm here to talk to you about boats and the miracle of being a seaman. In reality, it's just an analogy that I talked to my boy Abdul about. He's off doing some pretty incredible things, and it's sad to not have him around and have him around the area to see him as much. But you know what? All my love goes out to him because he definitely helped me in a time of need for me. Everything started. I mean, the last 5 or 6 months has definitely been a bit rough, but sometimes you just gotta keep going. It's hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel when your eyes adjust to the dark. I believe I heard that from David Goggins, somebody wise beyond their years, but it's true. It's hard to see the good that can come out of all the really shitty shit that happens around you when everything around you is just dark. But around the time I had been training pretty hard, I've been going through some stuff and working a lot, working at a job that I wasn't really happy with. It definitely took a toll on my soul and who I was as a person, as ridiculous as people think that may sound, but it's crazy. It's if you're not doing something that's like really, really, I don't know, something you're really happy about, it definitely takes its toll. And it's no no harm, no foul. All the love in the world to all the people that I worked with at the time. It was just me. I was in way over my head and put myself in a really, really shitty position. And at the end of the day, it just didn't work out. So I was working at a really tough job, and I was training for the American Open Series, and hopefully going to qualify for the American Open Finals in where was it? Wisconsin in December, and that didn't end up happening. But I ended up hurting my wrist. I hurt my wrist pretty severely at AO3. I made a pretty big jump and sat for a while, and it was just not a good move on my part. And I ended up taking a jump from, what was that? I believe it was 180 to 190, and it definitely wasn't something that I should have went forward with. It was just I should have been smart enough to know that wasn't a good decision. But I tried cleaning it, and I ended up getting jammed. I'd been dealing with this weird rib injury, that basically a slid rib that caused the whole right side of my body to just be a lot slower. So when I tried to clean it, my right elbow was slower than my left. My left elbow came around, my right elbow hit my knee, and I just got jammed. I got jammed up under 420 pounds, and that was pretty whack, if you ask me. I didn't break anything, I didn't tear anything, but my physical therapist, shout out Olympus, move, perform, yeah. They my physical therapist was like, yeah, I don't know if they're 100% about all that. And I trust her because she's fixed me up really well. She's like, yeah, I don't know if they, I don't know if they were telling the truth about that. I'm recovering really well at the end of the day. But I had hurt my wrist, and then we were in Vegas, just kind of stranded in Vegas for a day. So I had a day to really just sob about it. We drove back to work. Oh, we drove back home on that Monday. I competed Sunday. We drove back Monday. I had a we had an Airbnb that we stayed at, my girlfriend and I, and drove back that Monday, and whole ice was on my wrist the entire drive home, and I was just trying to figure it out, and just thinking about it now, I'm just remember being so distraught because, yeah, as you know, from last episode, how much I love this, and how much I love weightlifting, what I do. It was kind of sad. I felt like Booby Miles from Friday Night Lights. That was a really sad thing. I was really scared, really anxious, didn't know what was going on. Drove back on Monday, was set to go to work on Tuesday. On Tuesday, I had to go to work in the morning, and I was doing customer service. Main big job was on the computer, and I was scared that I wasn't going to be able to really help out and do my job. I had to go to the doctor. I was afraid I didn't have any health insurance. It was just a bad situation to be in. I was just really scared. So I ended up calling my mom. This 300-pound grown ass gorilla man boy had to call his mommy to help him go to the doctor, and I went into work, told them what was going on. They were like, "Yeah, that's fine. Go get it taken care of." And later on that same day, I went back into work, and I was let go from that job. It was definitely poor timing. I really, just for me, I was just really scared. I was scared more or less of what happened. And like I said, no, I'm not angry. I don't have any hate. I learned a lot, and I work with some fantastic people, and they taught me a lot. I'm not angry about any of what happened. If I hadn't gone through working at that job and learning from those people, I would be a different person. I would. And it's something that I'm proud to say that I put my hands into and did and ground out as best as I could. So I love all those guys. I haven't talked to them in a while, and I should reach out to them, but I have nothing but love and respect for those guys and what they do. But I was let go from that job, and yeah, that was pretty upsetting. That was a Tuesday. That same day, I went to I figured out I had health insurance. I went to the hospital. I went to the ER. I got my hand x-rayed, and my x-ray showed that I didn't have any tears or breaks. But I had to go back to my primary and get it looked at, get a referral for an MRI, go through the orthopedic and all that stuff. So that was the next step. That Wednesday morning, it's open gym at Coach B's house. So we my girlfriend and I took a trek down there. I mean, I definitely wasn't training. I had no idea what the status of my hand was going to be. And I remember just sitting there again, just sad and mopey, just brooding like Jon Snow. Just all I had to do was sit, and I could have just been content with the fact that I was there and tried not to worry about being unemployed and all that kind of stuff, even though it all just kind of happened. I should have been in the moment and happy about just the fact that, just the fact that I get to go down to Coach B's and see my friends and my coach and just learn as much as I can. I should have done that. That's what I can honestly say, that I should have done better. But I didn't. Being the professional brooder that I tend to be, I kind of sat and felt sorry for myself and wanted other people to feel sorry for me. And the the sucker that fell for it was Abdul, and I'm glad he did, because he wasn't one to shy away from telling me the truth, and he told me a bunch of truth, and I can't I can't not let everyone know how much that guy means to me and how much he helped me. But we sat and we talked for a while. I interrupted his workout. He stopped midway just to talk to me, and he ended up not working out. but he sat and talked to me for about the entire time that we were there, like 2.5 hours. But the one thing that he said, the one thing that he said that I should think about, and this is coming from a guy who's at the end of the day in the same boat that we all are. No pun intended. The same boat that I am. Just trying to get better. Just trying to figure out what's going on with life and how to make the best of it. We talked about the compound effect. And I'm not sure if anybody knows about the compound effect. That's why I'm kind of exposing everybody to it. But as far as what the compound effect is, what he let me know was that the compound effect is similar to think of your life as a boat. On a steady sea. Let's say you're the captain of your own ship, master of your own fate and soul, smooth sailing. You're just looking forward, nothing but flat sea. Now every day you have a choice. You can do something, one thing that you can benefit from, either positively or negatively. Think of each one of those decisions as 1 degree. So we're setting sail forward, and let's say to the right is 1 degree positive. To the left is 1 degree negative. Now at first, that 1 degree isn't going to make much of a difference. It's not. You can go right 1 degree, you can go left 1 degree, and for the time being, it's almost unnoticeable. But let's say 1 degree, and you keep going in that same degree for days, months, weeks, years, decades, your whole life. That 1 degree is going to put you off course by 1,000 miles, 10,000 miles. You're never going to be set on a regular course again. Your new course is that route. So think about it. Think about the things that you choose to do every single day. For me, and this is just me personally, the things that I've done, and I've sat and really looked at myself and said, you have time for this. I choose to wake up early. I choose to read about 45 minutes to an hour of a book in the morning. I'll make sure to make my food for the day. That way I don't spend extra money. I'll go to work. I'll come back. I'll train at night maybe, or I'll read more, something like that. I'll write my journals. I'll write my goals, my statements, all that stuff. And we'll talk about that later on. But as far as the direction that the degrees that I'm going, the 1 degree that I can change every single day, that down the line, 10 years down the line, is going to get me 1,000 miles off course. in a better direction, it's that consistency. But all it takes is one thing. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine the exact opposite. And this is the example that that Abdul told me. And it wasn't that one thing leads to another. It's not, this is a definite way of how it goes. But let's say you have a man, just a regular Joe. His course is set in front of him. He's going straight. He can go right in the positive direction. He can go left 1 degree. His 1 degree that he takes, let's say he drinks 1 beer every single day. 1 beer every single day, just to feel a buzz, just to feel a buzz after work, because he's tired. He just wants to relax. So he drinks 1 beer a day. And now, 6 months down the line, that 1 beer, turns into 3, 4, 5 beers, maybe. And those 4 or 5 beers, maybe when he drinks those 4 or 5 beers, he doesn't necessarily eat well. He's just eating stuff. He's just eating fast food, when he comes back from work. So he's like, okay, with my beer, I want to have some tacos from Jack in the Box. So, now every day he's drinking beer, eating Jack in the Box. He's not working out. He's not doing anything for his own health. And now this guy's super overweight and he's super unhappy. 6, 7, 8 months down the line, it's detrimental at some point. I know people like that personally who I've seen kind of take that route. They go 1 degree in the wrong direction every single day, and it's been years, and you can't even recognize them anymore. Now, those two things are pretty black and white. You can do one positive thing every single day. You can write your thoughts down in your journal, read a book, wake up early, do some training, do some cooking, do something that entices you to find some happiness, to find some tranquility and peace in your day. I I made a joke to my girlfriend about how with weightlifting, I asked her if weightlifting is the only thing that I'm is the only part of my personality, and it's not. I do have weightlifting, but I have my work. I have my work, and even though I'm not the happiest when I'm there, I'm gonna do a good job regardless. But on top of work, I have I have this podcast. I have my new hobby is bonsai trees, and trying to trim and and grow some bonsai trees, and that's a project that'll definitely take years. So doing one little thing about learning how to correctly grow a bonsai tree down the line, 5-10 years from now, I can make a beautiful piece of art. And that's the thing. It's by learning one new thing every single day. Now, again, it seems like it's pretty black and white. Doing one good thing, one good thing leads to another good thing, that keeps you on a straight path in a positive, light direction. The other one step, 1 degree south, 1 degree of a poor decision leads to another poor decision, which leads to another one, which leads to, a really negative place. That's not even the scary part. The scary part was when he said that there are people who know that all it takes is to go 1 degree north, 1 degree south. 1 degree in the positive direction, 1 degree in the negative direction. But most people just want to go straight forward. They won't do anything. There's people who don't want to do anything and don't want to move in a direction, and they're just happy with whatever the tide brings them, whatever way the current's going to pull them. And I'm not here to judge. It's not who I am. I think everybody has a right to be comfortable and a right to their own happiness and whatever it is that makes them, and that fires them up. If being complacent and comfortable in one setting is what makes you happy, that's what makes you happy. If it doesn't, then you got to make a decision. But for me, I don't think I could ever see a straight narrow path and not look at the sides, look at what I can do to steer myself off that course. And that's what people are afraid of. I think people are afraid of, people are definitely afraid of working hard every single day and working towards one thing every single day. There's a good saying. It's would you rather live with the pain of discipline or the pain of regret? Now, when trying to do something, trying to learn a new thing, trying to learn a skill set, an entirely new craft, you have to put forth the discipline to know when to start, know when to stop, and know when it's time to learn and not learn and actually do. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is gonna hurt. I mean, waking up early to put some extra miles in, some extra work in, that's, no one wants to do that. Nobody wants to. And that's where you have to make the choice. Is your direction, is your 1 degree something that you're willing to sacrifice? A lot of people don't like that sacrifice. A lot of people don't like, and I've struggled with it. I've struggled with not wanting to miss a TV show. What am I going to miss? What am I going to miss on TV? The new episodes of True Detective. Food, I can't eat this, I can't eat that. I'm missing out on that. But at the end of the day, most of those things, they really hold no weight to what you really want, what you really need. And what you really need is a good kick right in the ass to get you where you need to be. So yeah, the compound theory is one that I definitely think people should take and evaluate and make a list. Make a list of you could sit and you can reflect as of now, what are the things that you do positively that make your life better, and what are the things that you do that aren't the best, that are negative and down the line could be detrimental. Figure out what needs to go, what needs to stay, and hopefully you take the time to add and change your course 1 degree every single day, instead of going forward and not really taking a risk, not really looking at where you're going. Choose where you're going to go. Figure out where you want to go. I think that everyone has the power to be who they want to be, to do what they want to do, and it does take that discipline. That's something that everyone needs. Without discipline, you don't really have an excuse for why things aren't going the way that you want them to. Discipline is the thing that that you're going to have to enforce every single day if you want to move forward, go in the direction that you want to go. Not everyone wants to do it. Not everyone wants to work hard. Not everyone wants to achieve, and that's okay. I've come to terms with that, and it's for me, in the workplace where I work, my job now, my people that I see around me, just things that I come to find every single day. There's people who make a conscious decision every single day to not want to move forward, and if there's anything that I can say about that, it's a quote that I heard again by my man David Goggins. It's most of this generation quits the second that they get talked to. It's so easy to be great nowadays because most people are just weak. If you have any mental toughness, any fraction of self-discipline, the ability to not want to do it but still do it, you'll be successful. And that's the truth. I really respect the things that David Goggins has to say a lot, like David Goggins and Jocko Willink, Napoleon Hill. We'll definitely take a look at all the stuff that they have to say. I'm learning along the same pace that you are. So please be patient. I will. I'm like I said in the first episode. I'm not here to motivate you, to get you going, to do any of that stuff that someone like a Tony Robbins or any of the other social media or world-renowned influencers will. I do these things for myself to make myself better, and in the process, if that makes you better because you want to do something and like look inward and work on yourself, that's where everything comes from. Looking inside and looking deep inside at all the shit that you have to deal with and dealing with it one by one. Be honest with yourself. I'll be honest with everyone listening. I'm lazy. I'm inattentive. I procrastinate. I do a lot of dumb shit, and I'm scared of what people say, and I'm really self-conscious. There's a lot of stuff that I need to work on, and that's coming from that's coming from the same guy, and I'm looking at it from a different perspective. I get approached a lot. I get talked to a lot. There's people contact me through Instagram and would talk to me in person and recognize me from like Reddit and stuff, and they always talk to me about the stuff that I post and how it's really inspirational and they really enjoy the message that I bring in. And all that stuff is because I'm tired of being that insecure, sad, and lazy man, boy, child, guy. It's time to grow up and be a man, and that's what this journey is about. So I hope that in the course of listening to the stuff that I have to say, everyone just takes a look inside, finds the things that they want to address, finds the things that they need to work on inside, and I need help too. I need help in things that I might not even think about. So everyone take a minute to think about the things that they need to do every single day to go in 1 degree north, 1 degree 1 degree north in that positive direction. Make a list. Write it down. Write down what you need to do every day. Write down what you do every day. Write down what you don't do every day. Put it out on paper. Put it out in the universe. Write it down on your mirror. Put it on your phone. Do something. Set a reminder for yourself. Even if it's as small as making your lunch. Making your lunch so you don't spend $6 at Carl's Jr. or Jack in the Box, McDonald's. You'll feel better about it. You'll enjoy it. You'll be better for it. That discipline will teach you to be disciplined in other areas. You know what? I think that's where I'm going to leave it. It's a call to action for everybody. It's a challenge. It's something I want everybody to do. I would like for everybody to do, not want. I think writing stuff down and being self-reflecting is really positive. That's what I've been doing a lot of. So definitely take the time to write out a list, and if you want to send it to me and we discuss it, we talk about it, you can email me at 1000wayspodcast@gmail, 1000wayspodcast@gmail. You can reach out to me on Instagram, on my personal Instagram, or the podcast Instagram, 1000 Ways Podcast. Love to talk to whoever about the kind of things, because I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to find them. I'm trying to find them like everyone else, but through the things that I involve myself in, and the challenges that I set for myself, and my discipline, I hope to learn as much as I can. I thank you guys for coming and lending me your ears, and I will see you, or you'll hear from me soon. Thank you guys. Have a good night. And before I forget, so episode one, I had to go back and think about the way, the way, and explain the way, because this is the 1000 Ways to Say the Same Thing podcast. The intention and purpose are good things to have. Without intention and purpose, there's nothing that you're really moving towards. Now, with episode 2, this episode, this way, the overall way of this episode here is in 10 years, you're going to be 10,000 miles in a different direction because you were off 1 degree at the very beginning. Now, whether it's 10 miles or 10,000 miles in the wrong direction or the right direction, it's up to you. But you have to consistently work at it every single day. I mean, you would think that everyone would do it, but most people aren't interested in working that hard all the time. And with that, that's the final goodbye. Thank you for everyone that listened to the entirety of my incessant rambling. Next week will definitely be better. My goal is to produce 2 of these every single week, so I got to get on a good schedule and read a lot and learn a lot about myself. It's a new podcast, so please feel free to leave any review, and if you like it, leave 5 stars. If you hate it, leave 5 stars so I can see it and really take a look at it and get blindsided by your comments. Yeah, everybody, appreciate it, and I will have you guys listen to more of my crazy words coming up shortly. Feel free to reach out to me on social media, on via email, through anything really. It means a lot to know that you guys like it and enjoy it. Have any criticisms or anything. So as I grow as a person, this podcast will grow as this podcast grows, and hopefully everyone understands that they'll grow too. All they have to do is look inside. So yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate you. I love you, and you guys have a good night, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, anything. Just make it good, okay? Make it something.